that it's strange.
Hi everyone, and welcome to kind of a special episode of 66 Horror Flicks. Today we're going to be looking at a film that was written, directed, and shot by one of the grand masters of the horror genre, and someone we lost just a few months ago. This is George A. Romero's 1972 film, Season of the Witch. No, not that one. Not that one either. There we go.
Must be the season of the witch.
Season of the Witch was shot in the early 70s in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was Romero's third film after his breakthrough Night of the Living Dead and his underwhelming follow-up Always Vanilla. The film's budget was slashed in half before filming began, so the final film shows some evidence of the compromises Romero had to make. It also struggled to find reputable distribution until a few years later, when Romero released Dawn of the Dead and cemented his place among the great horror directors of the 20th century. The film's main character is Joan, an upper-middle-class suburban housewife who's fighting a losing battle against the onset of middle age and the complacency that comes with it. She has a husband who for the most part is neglectful, but occasionally actually abusive, and a nearly grown daughter who's fighting for her own independence. As an antidote for this purgatory of banality Joan feels she's trapped in, she turns to witchcraft as a means to effect change in her life. Season of the Witch is not a horror film with a lot of gory special effects and jump scares. In fact, it's very methodically paced, and for almost the first half it lulls the viewer with its depiction of typical early 70s American family culture, before cranking up the terror and paranoia. A time of vibrant designs and color, this was also an era where the Cultural Revolution had reached Maple Street, and women's liberation, the sexual revolution, and drug experimentation were becoming common even in residential circles. At the height of the TV show Bewitched's popularity, Season of the Witch brought us a much darker take on bedroom community black magic. As Joan's experimentation into the dark arts increases, she seeks to control the world around her, from seducing her daughter's teacher/boyfriend to other darker spells. But with this newfound knowledge comes a greater sense of the dark forces lying beneath the surface and the dawning awareness that this deeper well eventually pushes her to the edge of sanity. Romero, who was also the cinematographer, shot the majority of the film with bare-bones economy, giving it a kind of documentary-like feel, which only heightens the effect when it switches to the very avant-garde cinematography used during several nightmare sequences. Lead actress Jan White, who didn't have a long career in film, does an impressive job of carrying the drama and manages to transform herself dramatically as her character embraces darkness more and more. Essentially, Season of the Witch is a horror film about the inescapable horror that is normal life. It's a cultural study about how frustration and boredom can lead even good-intentioned people into some very bad decision-making. It's a very handcrafted film, so sometimes you can see the screws holding the thing together, but I think it's a strange little masterpiece, and I think it's essential viewing for any Romero fan. I'm Jim Towns. This is 66 Horror Flicks.
When I look out my window, what do you think I see? And when
Look, I don't mind making it on the lawn. You want to make it on the lawn? Come on.
so many different people to